Hi middle one, our lesson today is about the congruence. About congruent figures, let's remember that two objects are congruent if they have the same size and shapes. Two figures are congruent if and only if their vertices can be matched up, so that corresponding parts, angles, and sides of the figures are congruent. And when writing which figures are congruent, be sure to write the vertices in the same order. In these two congruent quadrilaterals, ZYXW congruent to MNDL. Now let's talk about the congruence in triangles. If triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BQR, then there is a correspondence between their angles and sides, such that corresponding angles are congruent and corresponding sides are congruent. The notation triangle ABC congruent to triangle BQR indicates the congruence and the correspondence as shown in this figure and as written by arrows. About the corresponding angles, angle A congruent to angle P, angle B congruent to angle Q, angle C congruent to angle R. And about corresponding sides, the side AB congruent to the side BQ, the side BC congruent to the side QR, and the side CA congruent to the side RP. And here let's study the cases of congruent triangles. The first case in which you can say that these two triangles are congruent is if the three sides are equal. If the three sides in both triangles are equal, that means these two triangles are congruent. The second case, if we have two sides and the included angle in between them equal, in this case these two triangles are congruent. The third case, if I have two angles and the included side in between them are equal, so these two triangles are congruent. And the last case, in the right angle triangle, if the hypotenuse and one side are respectively equal, so these two triangles are congruent. I can say that I have four cases in the congruence of the triangles: side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, and in the right angle triangles, hypotenuse and side. Now let's have some exercises. Complete the following. If triangle ABC congruent to the triangle XYZ, measure of angle A 50 and measure of angle B 60. I need to find the measure of angle C. Because these two triangles are congruent, that means the angle which is corresponding to angle Z is C. Measure of angle C, I can find it by subtracting measure of angle A plus B from 180, which is equals 180 minus 50 plus 60, which is 70 degree. Number 2, measure of angle ABC, triangle ABC congruent to the triangle LMN. And I have the measure of angle L 40 and measure of angle B 90, and I need to find measure of angle C. C is corresponding to angle N. I can find angle N from subtracting angle L and M from 180. Angle M is corresponding to angle B, which is 90. So 180 minus 90 plus 40 equals 50 degrees. By the same way here, number 3, triangle ABC congruent to triangle XYZ, and the measure of angle E plus B equals 120. From these I can find the measure of the third angle C, which is 180 minus 120, which is 60 degrees, and measure of angle Z equals measure of angle C by correspondence, which is 60 degrees. In the opposite figure, BA equals BC and DA equals DC. Measure of angle EDB equals 50 degrees and measure of angle BAD 110 degrees. I need to find measure of angle ABC. From this given information, I can say that in these two triangles, DA equals DC and AB equals CB, and I have a common side, which is DB. This side is common in the two triangles. That means these two triangles are congruent side, side, side. The three sides are equal. Two given and one common. From this, I can say that the corresponding angles are equal. That means measure of angle ABD, which is 180 minus 110 plus 50 equals 20 degrees, and measure of angle DBC equal also 20 degrees by correspondence. That means measure of angle ABC equals 20 plus 20 equals 40 degrees. In the opposite figure, if AB equals AD and BC 7 cm, measure of angle BAC equals measure of angle DAC equals 25 degrees and measure of angle B 30 degrees. I need to complete the following. From this given informations, I can say that AB equals AD given, and AC is a common side, and measure of angle DAC equals measure of angle CAB given, each of them 25 degrees. That means these two triangles are congruent, side, angle, side, two angles and the included angle in between. From this I can say that measure of angle ACB is a third angle in the triangle ABC. I can find its measure by subtracting 180 minus 25 plus 30 equals 125 degrees. Measure of angle D equals measure of angle B by corresponding, because the two triangles are congruent. That means measure of angle D equals 30 degrees. CD equals CB, because the two triangles are congruent. That means CD equals 7 centimeters, and measure of angle ACD equal measure of angle ACB, because the two triangles are congruent. That means measure of angle ACD equals 125 degrees. Thank you for listening, and we're gonna meet in another lessons.